The scourge of crime continues to worry some residents of Kimberley. They have hopes that President Cyril Ramaphosa will be able to address the issue during his Sona address tonight. SABC News reporter Neria Hlakotsa joins us now live. Neria, of course, earlier on you spoke to organizations that were concerned about the gender-based violence and femicide in the Northern Cape province. Just talk to us about what are some residents saying now, and more importantly, what are their hopes to hear from President Cyril Ramaphosa tonight?
Good morning to you again, Onati. We are here with residents who are now just saying to the president, can he address the issue of crime in the country? When you look at the crime stats, depending also who you ask, people are saying these crime stats are shocking. The murder stats are just above 6,000. And if you remember, the president did allude to the fact that his government is trying to deal with crime in the country. But right now, Unati, I am joined by a family who's fallen victim to this crime that we're talking about, especially, more specifically, assault. I am joined by one of the mothers right now who's unhappy with regards to how crime is in the Northern Cape. Let's just talk about the issue of crime. The president will be addressing the nation tonight. What are some of the aspects that you'd want him to touch on?
Thank you. I would like that Mr. President must really look into the issue, especially when we start with firstly the issue of SABC, because I feel that SABC is failing us as the members of the community. Whenever you go and report or you ask questions after the incident have been reported, as a parent, when you go and get some inquiries, then the members of SABC, they will tell you they don't know. My question is, those people, are they in a payroll of someone, or what is happening? Because as you can see, most of the people that are busy with the crimes and murder is the people that thinks that they've got money. Now they think that they can own in Northern Cape or wherever the nation. So whenever you go there, SABC doesn't know. There is a report that is being taken, but when you ask, they will tell you that they don't know. So that issue, Mr. President must look really into it. And for them, they must know that if there is a crime in those particular hours, at least for 48 hours or so, they must always patrol at where the incident happened. And if there are other members that are not staying in that area, they must also patrol at those people's houses, because as we know, we don't have guns, we don't have anything to protect ourselves. And whenever you try to take law in our hands, then we are being dragged to court. When we are in court, the victims are the one that appears in court. But the people that are out there committing crimes, they are doggers. We will never know what happened to the issues, because this is not the first incident that happened with my own son. It's the second one. The first one, I took law into my hands. I confronted the person that assaulted my child. But at the end of the day, I was the one that was seen as someone that committed crime. And at the end of the day, I never know what happened to that case. And this one, I'm praying to God and I'm asking that Mr. President must take responsibility for this issue, because my son was nearly dead. 2 were assaulted, and his other friend, the family lost the poor guy. For what? Nothing. Because my son is working for himself. Now they are appealing in court. They want to be treated as if they are better than others. Why do they want to be treated special? Just because their uncle is working at correctional service? No, Mr. President, that must not happen. Those people must stay in jail up until the court has decided. They must give the investigating officers to do their job. And I plead to that investigating officer that he must really concentrate and make sure that all those documents, the dockers, they must not appear. They must always be there, so that at the end of the day, we must be free.
Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. Nati, you can hear here the views on the ground, very emotional. Just it comes to show how crime is still wreaking havoc in communities and families are suffering because of crime. It is clear that this evening residents and this family want to hear what the president will say to address that. Last year he spoke about intensifying the police and just adding more men on the ground. But you can see there's still seemingly a lag, especially when also it comes to the reporting of cases. This family is indicating that it is not enough what police are doing for them. So we will hear what the president will say in terms of dealing with the scourge of crime in the country.
A very important one, Neria. Thank you so much for that. Of course, Neria Hlakotsa there for us, coming to us from Kimberley. Earlier on, she spoke to some organizations that were complaining about the GBV and femicide still very prevalent in the Northern Cape province.